What's going on, you guys? It's Randy with Full Throttle Obsessions. Today I'm going to be sharing a quick tip with you guys that I learned about 20 some years ago. It's helped me out of a bind quite a few times before, and with everything going on, this is a great opportunity to share this with you guys because, maybe you don't have the money for a body right now. Maybe you got a body on order and you're waiting for it in the mail. A lot of hobby shops are closed at this point due to the virus. This is a good tip to know. It definitely could get you out of a jam, especially if you want to do a quick bashing session and your body's cracked up. This could definitely help you. And one thing that I like about this, 90% of the time it's going to cost you zero money because these supplies that I'm going to use, chances are you already have them lying around the house. So you could potentially do this with zero money. Now I got my E-REVO that has the cracked body, my original E-REVO, and then I've got the Wild Dagger here because this is a repair I did. I did the repair to this one about 20 years ago and it's still holding. Now I'm not trying to say that this is stronger than a normal body because this definitely is not. And it's definitely not going to hold up as well on a truck like the E-REVO as it did on my Wild Dagger. The Wild Dagger is a lot slower. It doesn't take as violent of rolls. So I'm really not expecting it to last that long on the E-REVO. But I'm expecting it to hold up fairly well for a pretty much a repair that's going to cost us zero money because I'm using the supplies that I already have on hand and they're common supplies. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Now for this, you really only need 4 things. Some rubbing alcohol, a thing of super glue, masking tape, and a couple paper towels. Now these are really common items to have around the house. So whether you get a run out of it or you get 20 years like I did, which that's a rare case because that was a slower truck, it's really not too big a deal because it more than likely it's going to cost you zero money. Just a little time and a little experimenting. Now I'll go ahead and show you on the E-REVO where the body's cracked. See if I can get it. You can see it's cracked right there on the crease. It's a stress point. You can see it's cracking over. Well, not cracking, but folded over here as well. So I'm going to do it on both sides of this, so it's going to strengthen this up right there. Well, hopefully that's the idea. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is get your paper towel. Just tear off a square there. Get your rubbing alcohol. Pour it on the paper towel. So you got a little on there, and we're going to clean the area. The area that we're going to want to repair, we're going to want to clean it with the rubbing alcohol. Make sure get all the debris off. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now after you clean the area real good with your rubbing alcohol, you're going to take a piece of masking tape and you're gonna, see if I could get in the frame there. There we go. Then you're gonna put the masking tape over the crack of the body. And then you're gonna take your super glue. Now you wanna be careful with this because this is a chemical and you're gonna want it to be in a well-ventilated area. Because I remember doing this when I was younger. It would make my eyes burn when I would do it in the house or somewhere that wasn't well ventilated. So definitely make sure you got some ventilation. But what you're going to do, you're going to take the super glue and you're going to put it over the masking tape. And what it's going to do, the masking tape is going to soak up the super glue. It's going to make a really strong bond over the masking tape. And it's really going to be fairly rigid and quite strong. Now it's not well ventilated in here, so I'm not going to put the super glue over this in here. I'm going to wait and do that outside where it's more ventilated because I do not feel like having my eyes burn. That's not a very good experience. But that's really all there is to it, guys. I'll go ahead and show you on my Wild Dagger. I broke the whole front of the body. I'm not sure how well you can see that in the camera here, but it's broke right there. I broke this when I was like 11 years old, and of course when I was that young, I didn't have the extra money to go ahead and buy a battery. So I actually found this tip in an old RC car magazine. And one of their quick tips. And so I didn't even have regular masking tape. But I was pretty determined. I wanted to drive my truck and I didn't want to completely destroy the body any more than it was. So So the kit that this Wild Dagger came in, it had stickers to put over the windows here for when you painted it. I used the extra, you can see it in there, I used the extra masking tape that was for the windows. I just cut it to where I needed it. And I put the super glue, and I drove this truck for years after that. But of course, it wasn't as fast as the E-REVO, and it didn't take nearly as hard as hits as it's gonna take on the E-REVO. But this was done over 20 years ago, and it's still holding strong. And it's actually really flexible and actually flexes with the body. That's why I drove with this truck for so long, because I probably drove this truck 5 years after that happened, and I never needed to buy a new body. Now that's definitely not going to be the case with the E-REVO, because it's such a fast truck and it takes such hard hits. But I am fairly curious on how long it is going to last on something like that. Now I'll go ahead and show you guys what I did, since I went ahead and glued it outside. And trust me, you're going to want to be outside in a well-ventilated area, because you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. And plus, I remember when I was younger and it was burning my eyes. So it's definitely worth taking your time and just taking it outside, doing it in a well-ventilated area. Now what we did, we went ahead and put the super glue right over the masking tape. As you can see right there, it's still not completely dry, but it's close enough for right now. Now you want to be generous with the super glue, because the ideal is to get the super glue, or to get the masking tape to absorb the super glue, so it creates a really strong bond. And I kind of super glued around the edges just to kind of help it so the tape don't pill up. Just a quick note, if you have a lot of access, try not to wipe it, because if you wipe it, it'll kind of take the paint off with it. But alright guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope it's able to help somebody in a quick pinch and need to fix their RC car body. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to smash that notification bell so you guys are notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.